double up, yeah. Double up, the money I color. Double up, the money I color. 2 turns of 4, 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid, rich when I wait. I bet the bank, I set the pace. Guess what I make, that's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff for silent. Double up, the money I color. Double up, the money I color. I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Don't mean lemons, watch lemon squeeze. Pieces been my recipe. You buy watch then bust them down. Mine is my investment piece. Heard your mixes drowning out. You need to call Trevor, please. I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check it's clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear. Double up, the money I color. Double up, the money I color. Feel like Kobe, I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me, I don't care if you pushing 40. You can never little bro me. Euro step like Ginobili, from young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats. Circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's a reach. We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? We ready. Been ready. I waited. My turn. On God. Hell steady. I keep dropping back to back. I keep going if you let me. I've been sitting at the top, looking down at those who left me. Promise I'm not being petty. I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state. Make $1 million out to send me. Plus I grinded from the start. I was stacking pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli. After the confetti. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Gotta get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. No, this ain't what you used to. Switch up from the bikes to a new coupe. You know I keep some new shoes. Keep it simple, not like you. All night, get right. Know you know the price. Know you know the name, no games. I need all my money now. Not playing, man. This ain't what you used to. I might fly to LA. This cold weather ain't for me. Hit the bank. bank round your way. What you used to, and I'm grinding to the top. I can't let it slip away, so I gotta get the pay. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to.
Check 1 2 1 2.
This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Calls keep coming in for the win, get it in. This ain't what you used to. So you get on my nerves. Try hit my line, get curved. This ain't what you used to. Round swerves. Everybody here knows the word. This ain't what you used to. No, you know the drill. Overpaid and now I see the rail. This ain't what you used to. I get it in for my kids. Stack those chips and I get that check. Not what you used to. You see how I live, work my biz. I'm too far from the rest. Not what you used to. Okay, this ain't what you used to.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. So glad to have you here. Say hello to everybody on the chat. We got DP, we got Rising Sun, Brackus Adventures, Sleeko. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. Able to look up ABT. I will put that on my list. Put it right there. All right. Appreciate you for hanging out. And Crypto 420 says LFG. Let's go. Looking at Bitcoin here I'm on the 6 minute. You can do 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I do 6 minute because it's 1/10 of an hour. That's fine. Just figure I'd divide it up a little bit better. It divides up a little bit better into 60 minutes, also into 8 hours, 24 hours, whatever you want to go with. It's pretty much just a matter of preference. My personal opinion. Here we are with the possible triple top scenario going on this small time frame. There might be some kind of a freaky flag above a trend line. That could be cool. Sad to say that a lot of cup and handles were called today that did not play to the upside, but you know, hey, that's what you got when you got a double top. I remember when I asked, how do you tell the difference between a cup and handle and a double top? And banned. Like, golly, that says a lot. There was some bears divergence right there. If you checked it out from swing high to swing high, swinged a little higher. On your RSI, it was a high down to a little lower. That was a little bit of bearish divergence saying, hey man, a little bit of a come down. All right, I got you. That was right around noontime, right when that handle thing was called. Yeah, that didn't play out, did it? Some of the things that you can look at on the charts that will tell you that, hey, that's probably a no-go. Another thing we can look at is this trend line right here that just got broke. That sucks. And looks like we're coming up for a bearish retest. Retest this area about 62,804. That's a good time to close some trades if you're in them and you're nervous because we're likely to get rejected there and start coming down a little bit lower, possibly down to retest the bottom of this trend line that I've got here. Let me get a little price tag and we'll stick him right over there. Price tag, where you hanging out at, baby? Maybe somewhere around 62.6. There is a little zone underneath it, 62.125, 62,000. I really don't want to see us break this, any trend line that I've gotten drawn. That's bad news in my book when we start breaking trend lines. This one's got a little give and take on it here, and that was just the top of this channel that we were in. Broke to the upside. It just makes sense we come back down and try to retest it. Now, a possibility that could happen, and we've seen it happen before with this, and so nothing new. Just to warn you, we still got that channel down here. This is similar. It looks a lot similar to the thing I've been watching on the daily, which did break back down into this halfway, not all the way. You can see things repeat a little bit. Some ideas repeat on the chart, and that's what's so interesting here. If we zoom out, we got the same situation that I'm looking at on the daily. A big channel broke out of, looking to come back and retest it. Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's freaky how that works. So there's a sign that, hey man, we might break back into this channel, and that's not so cool. That's just 61,000, somewhere through there. cross that bridge if we come to it. But one thing that could also point to that is that we did not make a higher high. This little tip we had over here, this little price of about what, 63.468. Yeah, we didn't get it. Came just right below it here on this chart, and you know, higher low technically. So that puts us where we might be in danger of making a lower low, and that lower low would fall below 60,000, anywhere below 60,000. Not crazy about that idea. It doesn't have to play out that way, but it's on the table. That's normally what we would be looking for if we do not make a higher high. We would be looking for a possible lower low. So that's where we are right now in the market, losing the 200 moving average here and possibly bearishly retesting it. Now, if price does miraculously break up above that trend line, you will see me flip bullish and say we're getting ready to go to the moon, or getting ready to go up anyway. Would love to see that. It could happen. We have regained the 9 moving average. Hey, man. But I'm watching, if I see this, all these moving averages start crossing over that 200, and yeah, that idea is, yeah, that's not going to play out. Come on, Bitcoin. You got a chance for a Hail Mary. You might be doing one of them little reaccumulation things here, or you might be coming to the downside. So just to reiterate, the probabilities are likely for something like this to happen. However, if we do get above here, I will flip very bullish, because that will be a strong signal for a big fake out and a strong move to the upside. But we should see this, and that's what I'm going to leave it at, with coming with the possibility down to 62.3. And then we have to see if we want to go further down or bounce from there. We need to bounce from there. Let's move on over to our indices and check out what the market's doing. Bitcoin dominance right up here in the top left-hand corner. Forgot where I was. Moving up. Now that's cool. Well, not for altcoins, but it's cool for Bitcoin. It kind of puts altcoins on the back burner, and that leads them to either go down or down and sideways. Not too many options that are on the plus side when Bitcoin dominance starts getting bullish and starts moving to the upside, like it's starting to do here on the daily in a straight line. So pay attention. Altcoins may be suffering, and gosh darn it, I don't want to hear that either. Just got through going over my Smart Margin account in the membership only stream. So that's available if you've got a membership. Some of you got some courtesy of Haven, who doled some out. You can check that out. Talking about trendline strategy, which it's a basic, like a staple fundamental that I go by, that I just have to, I think it's important to reiterate. That was actually one of the last lessons that stuck in my head for some reason. You would think it would be one of the first ones. It should be the first thing you learn. It was one of the first things I learned, but for some reason, well, counting it as a huge signal didn't cross my mind just at that time. I don't know. For some reason the light didn't turn on. That light bulb didn't light up until toward the end. I'm sitting here flipping through total 3, which we can see we got some rejection right there. Not so great here. Let's go back to the daily. Kind of just hanging tight here. Been testing this trend line here, man, looking for a breakout, and maybe we could get one, but not as long as Bitcoin dominance is just going sky high. That's just not going to happen. Those two usually just not play out together, or if they do play out together, it's fairly short-lived, because altcoin season happens when the attention comes off of Bitcoin and starts coming into altcoins, and we're not near that yet, folks. We're just not. Remember, I do have a 3.618 area up here. We're in a megaphone pattern, still holding on. We lose it, we're coming down. This is a top area, 3.618. That's like measuring this whole thing here, man. This is like, we need to take a serious break here, and we have been. Question is, will it continue lower? And that's not crazy about that idea. But let's take a look at our altcoins again. Let's go over the crypto bubbles. And for the daily, it's not too bad. And meme coins seem to be picking up, and that's now starting to be the trend. When Bitcoin starts dropping, people start looking at the memes, I guess, and the other altcoins seem to kind of stumble. So it seems like attention goes a little bit to the memes before going to some of the more important altcoins here. There is on this 6-minute chart. I just want to point this out, man. Look right there. We got something. We've got a little bit of divergence kind of forming. That's not idea. If it was pointed up a little bit more like that, that would be a lot better. This is a weak form of divergence, but it looks like it will give us enough to get our retest at least. And like I said before, if we find some rejection about 62.7, 62.8, we can go back up there, but we may not go much further than that. If we do, that could change things. And there is some bullish divergence coming in here on the wave table. We'll see if that counts. Let's keep our eyes closely on Bitcoin during this stream. We should might be able to get to see how this plays out tonight. That would be awesome. All right, I'm ready to get into some juicy altcoins. Let's take a look at what's a shakalackin'. I got some mentioned on Twitter. I put the toast over there. Over on Telegram group, let me show you what we put over there. I just did this recently. I just posted up. I went over and I went with the trader coins, the hot ones that are over on base, specifically on the exchange airdrome. So if that interests you, there's a list of what's hot over there that you might want to look at and chart, see what's going to move. And then also I did trader coins on what was this? This was CoinEx and MexC. I've got the no, this is Solana. This is the Solana coins. The next two shots I got over there are the hot coins over on Solana. So if you're into that and want to see what meme coins are kind of trending over there, got the trader grades for Tokenmetrics, I've got that over there. That might be of interest to Haven. I thought, hey man, that might help Haven out. Haven's been killing it over on Solana meme coins, man. Proud of you, Haven. You watching this? All right, we're getting ready to get into some altcoins. But first, I've got to find out what's going on with those altcoins, right? Let's check out some juicy altcoin news. All right, thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. What happened in the past 12 hours in crypto is that Drift FDN launched airdrop claims will go live on May 16th at 12 p.m. UTC time. Roaring Kitty of GameStop fame is back on the timeline after 3 years. His return has driven the meme coins rise. Bitcoin Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu announced a partnership with alt layer and Icon DA. Meanwhile, Bounce has unveiled MBA, the first synthetic token merging. #auction. Some coins that you might want to keep on the radar associated with this would be Mubi, BSSB, and AMMX. A-Star CEO Soda Watanabe announced officially joined Sony Labs as director. That would be the A-Star token there. BBM has teased that the release of BBM version 2 next month. Creo Engine announced an upcoming update to Creo's deflationary mechanism very soon. Loki proposed to burn 15 billion, 15.2 billion Floki tokens. Flow has announced the Crescendo network upgrade, introducing EVM equivalence and cadence 1.0. The first phase of the upgrade is set to begin on May 22nd. Saga announced that the Vault 2 snapshot will be taken within the next 30 days, while Venom Foundation announced strategic partnership with KuCoin Ventures. Zigbee has revealed new utilities. Zig becomes the currency for paying gas on Zig Chain. Let's give a little like and repost there to Layer GG for his great little altcoin alpha that we share when we can here on the stream. Thanks for joining me and hanging out, guys.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we are back on the charts now. So we had a request for ABT. Let's go ahead and get that knocked out of the way here. ABT Art Block. Take a look at it on, I think we got it charted over here on Coinbase. Do we not? I'm on a 6-minute chart. Let's get out of that. Here on the daily, nice little flag there. Nice, nice. So we got some nice rounded formations there. We like that. We just need some buyers to step in on these altcoins and start driving prices up. And that's what seems to be lacking. We need some retail to come in, and we just don't have it yet. We just got institutionals mostly focusing on some of the bigger assets like Ethereum and Bitcoin. So the more speculative plays for some of the riskier institutions, and they don't get too risky, but some of the VCs like to get out there and do some things. But I mean, Solana's always on their radar. So we reclaimed on the 12-hour here, the 9 moving average. See how we're doing here on the daily. Trying to reclaim it on the daily. Now, haven't officially closed the candle there. If we close the candle and maintain it one above the daily, that could be the start of a nice new trend to the upside. That's what we want to see out of this. Man, the moving averages on this one look great, and I still got a target up here of $4.15. And anywhere along this trend line is fair game, so that could be right around $3.98, $4 area. But I do see $4.15 coming into the picture there, but I'm really kind of interested if we do make a break to the upside, just depending on where we got to break out. We got to raise this now. Wherever that is, we got to measure move. Whenever it takes the breakout, we will place this at the breakout area. I'm just kind of assuming right now. We could possibly be looking like about 556, just depending on where we break out for a measure move for that. Another thing that you could do, but why do it if you're in a channel? Could play the old flaggy flag there. And that would get you up to about 448. We'll throw that one out there just to see what happens. So last block, or art block, not last blockchain. Higher highs, higher lows. What more could we ask for? Are we in trouble of... Nope. That looks like a nice one. See what Elliot has to say there. Okay. I tend to agree. How did you do your 1-2, Elliot? You did the 1-2 there, and you're calling that your 3? That's kind of uncharacteristic of you. That's a... All right, looks like that we might have enough to get one more wave up. And where did you say, Elliot? With an Elliot wave indicator. He's seeing some good possibility. Really? All right, Elliot's calling out some wild numbers here. Wilder than Elliot thinks 885 might be on the table, as well as 653 or 509. So take that in consideration. Let's take a look at Floki. Floki being in the news there. What are you up to, Floki? You going to do a big token burn? You going to drive some prices up? Do we have a breakout? That's the question. Possibly. See, we're on candle bodies. It appears that we may have a breakout here for Floki. Now, I am looking for some resistance. Get rid of these little red lines in there. I'm looking for resistance along this trend line, whatever that might be. That would be somewhere in the area 0.00219 from where we are now to that area. We're finding resistance at the 50 moving average at the moment. Could have another 18% gain there. It'll be a little struggle through here, that looks like, until, the 9 and the 21 moving average cross bullishly over the 50 moving average there. So we're still waiting for that. Going into a red Ichimoku cloud. It looks good so far. I would respect this trend line, and if we start closing candles below it, dropping below it, I would start paying attention that we may be losing it. Probably tighten it up on a smaller time frame to give you just a little bit more leeway for a line in the sand, just so that it won't just switch up on you and fake you out. 4 hour actually looks pretty nice. The sleepies are a-coming. Road dog, drink the Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid, road dog. Floki, I kind of like it. Let's see if we can get back up here, Floki. Where were you? Got up to a nice high there. 31. How many percentages can we get to get back up to that area? Ooh, that's a 72% gain. Nice. Just to get back up where we were. A good probability that we'll come back up to that area. We get a nice solid breakout. Take a look at Doge. Now, Doge has a history of when it takes off, it's signaling the real bull market. Like it did that back in 2020. It front run Bitcoin, if best I remember. And what was that? No, that was that. It must have been here. Yeah, it front run Bitcoin in January. And often it's got the reputation of being a front runner for the real big move. Sadly, she's just not getting all the love that she had back there yet. Just yet, anyway. See if I can remember this one trading. But we went from 6 cents and then ran up to 44. Over a matter of about, maybe a week and a half. Pretty impressive. And then it fell all the way back down to 15 cents. Currently, Dogecoin sitting around that 15 cent area, 14, 15. So let's move this little price tag out of the way. It did come down there, and we'll put it back down there again to our little targeted area right there, about 12.3 cents. Looks like we've regained the 100 moving average there. That's a good sign. What I want to see, what I would really love to see, going on this idea that we had before. Going to make it a dotted line. Let's see if we can get a price to get back into that, like we get a little W pattern going. Love to see that, and we could. Red Ichimoku Clouds there with open arms after we bounced off a 100 moving average. Got a 50 moving average that's been giving us a little resistance. It probably will try, but we will have a good chance of recovering that. All of our major moving averages are up and to the right on the daily. I like that. Momentum is to the upside. And now we got some more information to add to our chart. So I want to clean this off just a little bit. We're always adjusting our charts as we go with the new information. This channel idea is kind of, it may still be there. It all depends on this chart. We got some new information though. So ideally we had this up through there. That is our first trend line, which we're in no danger of as of yet coming back to retest, but we could. Now our secondary trend line starts with that one left off, and we line her up right there. So this is our new line in the sand that we want to maintain, and that should be our new angle if you want to go by channel theory. And I'll just carry that little guy up there. We'll carry these little targets. Those are still some valid areas that I am looking for. Looking to get in on this one. And so I'm here on the daily. We're still in a good area to add to the bags. We're near the bottom of this new channel that we got. We can carry this down here, and you might be able to see how it lines up a little bit better. See, there's the angle's there, baby. Angle's there. So Doji looks like she might be getting a bounce to the upside. Here is what I'm seeing. And that would take us on our journey toward that 23 cent area. A few little hiccups in the way that we might face with Doge. Nice. 16.1 cents. Definitely going to be a headache. Man, 18 cents should be coming up pretty soon though. I am looking for 18 to 20 cent Doge on the radar. Likes it. I'm just going to throw a box over there. Not necessarily the sell zone, but that's the area that I expect it to be gravitating to. That'd be cool. Last time we were in those areas was just a couple of months ago. I didn't. Did we really? We got up to 22 cents Doge. I should have moonbagged you again. Take a look at Whiff. On Binance. Here on the daily, if we're looking at this as a megaphone pattern, we got possibly a bullish retest of that guy. I've got too many lines on here. Let's get rid of some of these things. We're looking at the possibility of coming down to 283. We did that. We've done that 3 times so far. Yay! And recolor that guy. Still, main target I'm looking for is about 374. Expect us to hit about 351 and may get rejected there. Might do it again. May not be able to have the strength to get up above that. I would think about right now, you probably should be getting strong enough to be able to handle that. I'm mainly looking for 374 and 424, but although if you're looking for quicker gains, 351 would might work in your strategy there. Hey, there's Celinda. How's it going? Good to see you, Celinda. Girl with a pretty smile. There's Rising Sun. Strega, how's it going, Strega? And the Sleek Go ABT looks strong. It looked good, didn't it? Drink the coffee, dog. I did the coffee, now I'm doing the Kool-Aid. Jackson says, hey, SEI, please. Thanks, Jackson. Let's take a look at SEI tonight. Oh. More on the daily. Say, is there a big token unlock? I'm willing to bet that there is. I think that there is. I'm not for sure, but she's taking a hit, and I'm not seeing it stopping just yet. There's a chance it can stop. Well, gets wick, gets candlestick, but man, that 50. Well, okay, or 100's not terribly out of the picture yet. That 50 crossing the 200 will not be good on the daily. That's technically a sell signal when that happens. It's a buy signal when it crosses bullish, and it's a sell signal when it crosses bearish. And many bots are programmed that way because I used to program my bot that way. Well, the bot I had had those strategies programmed into it, and you could program it that way. We were instructed that. My first introduction to, I guess, TA, and I didn't realize it, was trading, was coding my little bot thing. I call it coding, not coding like I'm a coder, but I had to sign the parameters. It was the most confusing thing. I was like, oh my God, I got a professional bot and I don't have a clue how to use it. And it has some pre-programmed things, and I picked up some things from those pre-programmed things, and I can translate them over to, now I can see the actual indicators. Bots have good strategies, and the bot designers and all that, they're aware of some really good strategies. And I picked a lot of some of that stuff, and it made sense to me after I started reading about it and learning all the TA stuff that I know now that I can do a chart. That's what I'm trying to say. I was learning how to program a bot, but I didn't have the visuals for the TA. You know, I'm doing it all by numbers that's reached and guidelines, like RSI is at 30, so that's in my head. 30 and 70 for RSI, and stochastics RSI being 20 and 80 as the upper and bottom limit. I mean, all that stuff's in my head from just, you could tell the bot what to do. Anyway, it makes no sense here. I need to dust that thing off. I just haven't done it. I think I could program that sucker on a good strategy now. Why aren't you doing it? I hate getting stuck in all that coding, programming, setting up and working out bugs and to get something going right. And I'm dreading all that. So Say looks like she might come down to these little areas here. Where's our little price tag? So we retested this 40 cent area at least.
I'll carry on doing my thing till we turn into a myth. Energy, wow. To the energy, wow. For the energy, wow.
Right now we're at a 618 Fibonacci area. That's good. We just lost it though, so That puts this one on the table. 786 it's on the now on the table, and it was the tops over here. At the bottoms over here is the 886. So technically the 886 is also on the table at 22 cents. Does not mean we'll make it down there. That would suck. I would be looking at 32 cents. Just knowing there's a possibility to go down to 22. Let's see, there's a little wiggle room in this trend line here. Somewhere around 37 cents. Looking over to the left, there's a little correspondence there. That would be a great place for it to bounce. That really would. That would be a great place and still maintain this trend line and the integrity. And then it could come up because this would make a channel. Ah, crap it. And that angle comes in. I'm liking that idea. We got a little something there. From here to there, handle bodies line up. Tops here, tops there line up on that angle. That's giving me a clue that, yeah, we might actually bounce off that area corresponding with this. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, I'm actually looking that this trend line will hold. So hopefully we won't see 32, at least not by breaking the trend line anyway. Might stumble down there. So it's still on the table for the 786. She might just kind of... Where's my little brush tool? Brushy. You might see her come, you know, kind of come down like this and ride the trend line a little bit before she bounces back up. And she you know, this will be resistance when she comes back, does come back up to it. So expect it to, you know, come down and make a, hopefully a higher low. And then, you know, so you got some, with say it's going to have some downside and reaccumulation, basically. But looking to buy it, what I'll do is for setups, I'm looking for, I would be waiting for it to touch the bottom of the trend line. That would be my possible entry for me personally. And then with that idea, you got the possibility of, oh, look, doubling your money right back up there when it gets back to 74 cents, which it will at some point. And then at some point, it'll eventually break out of this guy. And if you can catch it at the bottoms of the trend line, which I love, just try to do that. Man, that's some good gains. It's up to a 3x there at this 142 area. If it bounces off the 786 area, let me do the shortcut. Yep. Just right under my 127 there. I normally just that out. So that 138 to 143 area would be awesome. And expected. I would expect it to hit that. I expect it. And some people, I mean, this is my system, dude. This is my system that, and it's not just mine. Other people use this system too. And we have some good luck with these fib areas as projections of where they're going to hit. And that's what we play for. And again, as I was talking about earlier in the membership streams, you know, you got a trend line for guidance there, tell you when to get out. A lot of it's just figuring out your own little trading style, man, whether you're scalping, which I don't recommend unless you're just bored, you know, and just want... very few scalpers make that life-changing money. They're making it through the longer holds, and that's where all the big money is made in crypto and in most things. You just don't want to hold your altcoins more than a cycle. You definitely don't want to, you don't want to hold them more than 2 years. And that's if you nail them on the bottom and sell them on the top. You got about a 2-year window there or less. Let's take a look at what you guys want to look at. Let me go back over to the chat, see if you guys got anything else. Hey, Ethereal, hey, thank you so much. Sent 1.49 pounds. Thank you so much, mister. Is there a way to, I thought you could like this or anything? And he never asked for anything. You know you can ask for, I don't know. Supposedly that's how it works. We give priority to super stats or super stickers, or I appreciate that. That your support helps. I do. Thank you very much. SBL says Polygon Matic. Let's take a look at Matic. I wish they hadn't changed their name. We're all used to Matic, and then they wouldn't change the Polygon. And I mean, Matic wasn't the greatest name, but we got used to it, right? It was okay. I don't know. Holding on to the 786 area. Nice. That's kind of what we were talking about and hoping that it would do. And it's made a series of higher lows there. I think that's what we're talking about here. It looks one very similar anyway. That's not it. Still below the 9-moving average on the daily. That's, and here we got our, that was our bearish cross. That was the sell signal. A little late. It's a little bit of a lagging indicator, but man, that's a big angle to cross that way, man. That looks like it makes me think it wants to drive price down to the bottom of the trend line. It really does. It just hasn't done it yet. I really don't want to see the 100 cross the 200 on this either, because then, you know, it's just not fun when that happens. Let's see what else we got. Any clues here that we might be getting a little turnaround? Not quite yet. Now there is a little bit of divergence that is from here. We got, you know, our lows are, you know, we got a higher low. And then here we got a lower low on our RSI here from that same area, this area right here. So that is giving us a little bit of hidden bullish divergence, which means that the overall trend should continue, which should mean that this trend line should fairly well hold up. But do remember, it was this trend line. We were going from here to there, and we lost it. And now we lost it again. That's kind of important to remember. It's kind of like, it's bearish. Our only hope is that now this new information will hold, and if it doesn't, man, I don't like that. With hidden bullish divergence, that should be kind of helpful. And let's see, we got our touches here. How's that look? Okay, that's it. And then I would expect we need to see a bounce here. And I can't say anything too bad about it. It looks like it may come down to the bottom of the trend line, but so far she's been maintaining a series of higher lows. No, I will not be mad if she wants to just bounce from here and start working her way up. I will not be mad at all because it did come down and hit the bottom of the trend line. It hit it once over here. Maybe it's satisfied it, but it's just this that 50 crossing that 200. That's going to take some therapy to get over for a little bit. We're going to feel that for a little while. So she's going to struggle, but you know, they usually do until it's time for them to take off. So if it does respect this trend line and you get in at 66 cents on Matic and then we bounce, you did great and you can double your money pretty quick. And if we do break below this trend line, well, you know, you got enough room to figure out, well, do I want to take a break and figure out what it's going to do without risking it coming down to a possible 27 cents. I expect this area to hold. I'll reiterate that. I do expect this area to hold if we do visit it. If we visit it. Sam says JTO looks strong. JTO was supposed to be on my list tonight, which I got to get back to here in just a minute, because I published that on Twitter. Certain coins I'd go over. Let me mark off the ones I did. We did Floki, we did Doge, we did Whiff. Oh, there's some new ones I got to go over. Let's take a look at JTO. Nice. That was on the Solana coins. I noticed that on the Telegram thing I put over there. The Solana coins that are moving. Jitto was doing pretty good. It's got a trader grade at 89% over there, and so Ondo's at 89% also. But yeah, some hot coins moving over there on the Solana ecosystem. Oh, that's posted over in the Telegram group. Okay, so all this, I don't need this stuff anymore. Haven't looked at this on this chart in a while. Looks like. Still is not, oh gosh. All right, let's take a look at what we got going on over here, because that looks like a failure, right? Or is it? Because we just haven't made it there yet. We had a one of the fibs. This was a fib pull. Swing low to swing high. We came down and did you really? Yeah. Apparently, we're looking at a breakout and also respecting that 618. And I do have that. I would also consider this. Just in hindsight, not that we hit it, but I think we got a good chance of this still hitting. Just want to tighten this up. Putting this line there at the 618. Or I could just do it well, just throw it that way. Well, it doesn't matter. You got the trend line. See how she comes right up to that 772 area. All right. So I'm going to add one on there. And I'll think that I put it there a long time ago when we hit it. I'm like, oh, look, we nailed it. So we'll put it right here, right above the price line, just so I know when I added it. But it's based off of that. We should be heading toward that target. It's just, you know, this is, sometimes it's rarely ever just straight up to your targets. And sometimes it can take a while, but look, we're moving there. Kind of a rounded shape. Now, if we pull a swing high to swing low, tell me where price is going to go. We should see that these fib areas were respected. Were they? Because they would be the future. This is predicting where the future fib levels are. Did it respect it? Did it respect it? Did it come back down and bounce on it? Did it come back and bounce on it? Did it go up and almost... Oh. Even if I tighten it up, it's not going to tighten it up too much, is it? Swing high to swing low. And this is why it may pay to be a little picky here. Tighten up. Okay, I nailed that bottom. That's up just a hair. Up, just a hair. Up. And not quite at that 1.13, just a little shy. So lots of sell pressure there, so some front running. And, you know, bots are programmed with Fibonacci too. Traders use Fibonacci, especially high frequency trades, bots, and all that, man. Yes. These things are out there and known and played, and you got sell levels. But swing line, I'm just measuring this leg right here at the Fibonacci, and everything from there on out. Look how well it respected the Fibonacci. Fibonacci's are magical, man. I'm just telling you. And right now we're finding resistance at that 786 just for that one. Now we can get some more current Fibonacci's for this guy. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. We're finding resistance on our 618. Got rejected once. So far a second time, but we're still above that beautiful 9 moving average, still holding a beautiful trend line, which is an excellent trade until that's broken. And then that would, if you're just only trading, so if you're swing trading, that's when you cut your swing trades. Or good idea. Just saying. That is my swing trading strategy in a nutshell. When I'm strictly swing trading, just trying to catch, that's what swing trading really means, is you're catching this leg, the swing. This is a swing, this is a swing, this is a swing, this is a swing, this is a swing. So if you're truly swing trading, that's exactly what you're looking for, and this is exactly how you play it out. I'm going over the same things I did in the membership stream. Okay. You never keep secrets. You're a blabbermouth. So we're above the 9 moving average. It looks like we're trying to recover this 618. If we do, then we're looking for 467 possible out of GTO and maybe higher. I would just let this be my line in the sand, and when she breaks that, I would cut my trade or maybe exit a position, and then you can, or part of it, take some kind of profit, make sure that you're paying yourself, and then when it drops down lower, you can get it cheaper and get more. That's just what we try to do. And right now we got this very respectful trend line, and if we do lose this trend line, we can always look. If we lose this swing, we can always look at this major trend line for a possible place where we could buy it back cheaper. So say if we got out of this at 413, if it broke this trend line and said, well, I guess that was it, then we could buy more at 318. If it goes up to 467, breaks that trend line and then decides to come back down, and maybe it comes down to 334, but we still get it cheaper and almost $1.30 cheaper. And that's what the kind of things that I'm always looking for. That, and we'll just drop this little guy on top of this candle body right over here, and ooh, it lines up nice with that wick and close to that top, and I think that gives us some good ideas that I can kind of see how 596 in that area might just come into view here. If we're continuing this trend line and don't break it, we're headed straight for right there. I got 591 technically over here. So what you think? You think Jitto would just go straight and hit it? It could. And ride it all the way. Ride the 9, baby. Ride the 9 and ride the trend line. Take a look at Jasmine. Jasmine on Binance. Just going sideways, not doing much of anything. We got this let's be support resistance from, well, that's a something. It's not colored, it's not coded. What are you? The 382 area. Let's put you up.
So the three of them sat down in the dim, sharing a bottle of warm soy milk. Satan's eyes on Mary, caressing like soft Japanese vintage silk. I came here to end you, Satan said, and laughed in a peculiar way. But thing is, after having seen your game, I really don't know what to say.
I know my targets there.
Don't know what to say. Don't know what to.
All right, for Jasmine, it looks like we fell back in between these Fibonacci areas. To me, it looks like we are getting that long accumulation. That's where all the moving averages start coming up to price. We might see it do something after the 100. It may fall back down and retest this 200. That would bring us back down to these 1.2, 1.3.5 cent areas. Could happen that way. It could. Doesn't have to, though. We seem to be respecting this area somewhere on at 1.62 cents. Let's see, that's the daily. Let's see what we got on the 3-day. 3-day, we're below our non-moving average. Got a cloud coming up there. I am looking for a possibility to come down to 12.5 cents on Jasmine. Anything that can change my mind? Oh. Yeah. There is something there that might change my mind. On the weekly, that came out really nice. On this one, on the daily, I'm getting something a little different. And that kind of... Honestly, what I see is just a bunch of up-down accumulation along this trend line. And eventually it may just go on as far enough to bounce off the trend line over here. I don't see anything. We got to watch this one. She's reaccumulating with all the moving averages coming up here and then winding around price. It's going to do that until it gets on to 1, and it may be the 12 hour. See a 200 moving average come up here on a certain time frame, and then it'll lose it. So we're either going to, I would watch this time frame, the 12 hour. If we bounce off of it, that's great. If we lose it, then I would be looking for this lower price. And then it's likely to lose it and start to come down to meet this one on the daily. And that's just reading the 200 moving averages and time frames. Rising Sun says, can you take a look at movie? Let's take a look at movie. Movie on MexC. Ooh, she took a dive. What happened to you, movie? Movie, were you on my...
I know you would never win. Really take an L. Never been a fan. Added since top speed.
I was looking at something about this coin earlier today.
Talking about weed. That was never in the plan. I don't speak French, but I really like France. Extra, read all about it.
She just lost at 786. That is not great. I'm on the, let's go to, let me get to the daily here. Below the 9 on the daily. Ooh, that was a bad level to lose right there. All right, let's and this makes me more nervous, just losing the major trend line, and then looks like there was a retest. Let's figure this one out real quick here. See that 1-to-1 move right there down to the 618? Brings you all the way back down to where it started. That could actually happen there. Now this one, I mean, the best place is to look for reversal. Or look for it to find some support here. Let's see what we got. Our 200. 200's not showing up. I'm getting some bearish crosses there. So the 113, it's got a little correspondence over here with this wick. And then our 127, and then man, when we start coming down, we got to measure move that might, doesn't have to, but it could. Technically, for the perfect move, that's where it would go, but we've got other places that can catch us on the way. Man. And it's only bad because it's going to have to struggle just to kind of regain these areas too. So it'll probably trade a little slower. It's usually what you see when there's a major trend line. You know, it's a reaccumulation thing that usually takes a little while to do it. Like, you know, you could be like, I'm just kind of guesstimating over here, September, October, before you finally, start seeing the moves that you would hope, and you have to settle with just a bunch of down and chop. Could be what you're looking at. And I guess you'd have to determine if that's what you want to do. But losing this major trend line, that was kind of a big thing. But I do have those areas. It's 5.9 cents is likely to come back into play. And if I had to guess at what target it would probably actually meet, that's the one I would go with. But there are some signs that this area here might do it. 7.8. We just have to watch these areas and see how price reacts at that area. At the very worst, man, I think it would stop before it actually got there. like probably about 2.8, but I've got to put that area on there. Moving on a little bit of a downtrend there below the 9 moving average on the daily. So do know that the further it gets away from the 9, well, the more likely it's kind of going to come back and touch it. So that's a little bit of hopium that maybe she'll just come down and touch this and snap back to it and try to do something sideways. That's kind of what we can hope for. Take a look at Vanry, V-A-N-R-Y. Vanry here on Binance. I always hated those trend lines. I always hated when people drew that trend line. What? You're not symmetrical? I'm like, I ain't touching it. I ain't touching it. Let's get rid of these little guys on that channel. Carry those trend lines down. And we're still respecting those. All this was not great. It's respecting the 100 moving average there. We're looking for a possibility if it did a breakout that it could come up and reach these targets, and that should have, and can still, because I think we took that from there. Let's double check our stuff. Yeah, some 786. That at the 78. Yeah. Tighten it up just a little bit there, though. Also want to throw this one in now. Just add one. If we ever do get a breakout, then we could be looking. See how that just, that measurement just stayed. That was kind of interesting. Is that the same level we're at right now? We're gonna still be 145% gain if we get a breakout. Even if we go sideways for a few days and do a breakout about the same price we are right now, that could be good. We're respecting the 100 moving average and holding it so far. Got to regain the 9. Let's see what we got on the 4 hour. 4 hour looks like we're flirting with that 200 moving average. Now it's down and to the right, and that's not great, but we are above our 9. See 100 cross. That's good. Maybe flirting with trying to recover that 200 moving average is what it's starting to look like. So that could be some upside, and maybe we'll get that breakout. We're Benry. Let's put this little bottom. We need to make a higher high, basically. We need to get above 2 cents on Vanry. And then we can expect a lot more out of it. Or some more anyway out of it. Take a look at Near Protocol. Two of my longer term bags there. One I also got on spot margin, trying to build that bag up and made that bag bigger. Going to try to let that little sucker ride up into the sunset. Still looking for 1040 to come into the radar somewhere through there. Got a little bit of open brought in pattern, or a you can call it a megaphone. Should be a bullish. You could say we're possibly forming, you know, an complex inverted head and shoulders. Needs to form one more shoulder over here. Might have a little uppity down downs, but then eventually we'll take a measured move from that guy and takes us right up to this target area that we're just talking about, around 1048. So there we go. Whether you're looking at the head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, or you're looking at the megaphone pattern, which in my, it's just easier to go with anyway. You get the same results there. 1048. Near Protocol, looking good. Zoom out, of course, and see what the bigger move overall is, and you got something even juicier. You got that truly bearish megaphone, which means bouncing off the bottom, head toward the tops. Kind of puts us in line to maybe come up and taste these $12.72 areas. Yeah. So you get more information when you zoom out, get bigger targets when you zoom out, make more money when you zoom out. Nice scallop pattern that flagged out over here, and might still be headed up. That's what they're called, scallop. I'm just saying. There are some newfangled names out there. Look what I discovered.
Open my eyes, I slept through the day. Slept through the day.
Sometimes you're a little late to the game. Or I chain.
Push it away. Last night was fun, don't feel like today. Feel like today, let's do it again, let's go on a day.
Check it out here on KuCoin. Ooh, look at in the last 4 hours, man. Or I shot up to 13, almost $14 there and pulled all the way back to 12. That came after the 50 crossed the 200, and that was a buy signal, which really played out here pretty quick. Also on the 4 hour. And looks like bots got triggered on that one. Everything looks really bullish right here. Still got to get the 100 to cross over that. That's going to take a little time. Let's zoom out to the daily and make sure we're still looking as good. 200 moving average. 100 is what we're fighting with right now. And a bearish cross here on this bigger time frame of the 50 crossing the 100. So that had a lot to do, I believe, with all this sell pressure pushing us back down beneath that area. We're just not ready. We're going to sell. I don't know what they were thinking, but now we're below it and well, now it's resistance. But yet, on the daily, we are above the 9-minute moving average, and I can't say anything bad about it. We got this big old fat Ichimoku cloud sitting over here just welcoming us. And we may fall down a little bit before we get there, and that is okay if we do, because it'll just suck us in and out, and then eventually spit us out on the other side. And looking for a little sliver of green cloud here that we can just start riding up to the sky. That's what we want to see out of ORI. Nice little possible inverted head and shoulders pattern there. We're on the daily. Come down to the 4 hours, see if we got anything there. Yep. We could say that we got a neckline. Belt line, I would call it, but I'm not going to go into all that. But just that we got rejected on the first try gives you a good chance to get in at some nice prices. Maybe you can get it. Maybe you can test 1172 again. Test that 9 moving average area. Top of these candles over here, maybe. But it won't be long. We'll be looking at $13, maybe $14 ORI chain again, and I like that. I'm playing this one for the big pull, and I am also got a target. I'm basically looking for $22 out of ORI chain. Still am looking for that $22. Come on, do it for me, baby. It's going to take her a little while to get there, but that's what I'm voting for. Time to make the donuts. Hey, there's Joe, Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Sam says, Turbo had a nice one too. I'm trying to take notes on the ones that are strong in the downturn. I find that sometimes that's helpful. And I mean, I'm not saying not to do it at all, but I do it just so you can notice. But I find that, you know, the narrative switch. And so I'm starting to question. I mean, yeah, we want strong run, but I'm starting to question that particular thing because I've been paying attention to that a lot more lately, and it's not always the same strong ones that come back up again when price falls. It's not always those same ones that knock it out of the park afterward. But good, yeah, do definitely pay attention to them. The best thing to do is just, you know, test this stuff out for yourself, and that's what I'm just like you. I want to pay more attention to that. Because that's always what we've been instructed to do, is always pay attention to the ones that are running strong when we do get these price dips, and try to look at buying them the next time. And well, I've done that a few times, and I find myself with some bags of things. I'm kind of like, you gonna move? I thought you were a strong one. Why are you sitting down there? Bitcoin on the weekly looking like a bull flag. Last 7 candles going down. And stochastic RSI looking ready to cross up soon on the next week or two. Grimmer, you talking sexy to me, man. I like that. Talking that all TA and stuff. But likes it. Oh, we were supposed to check back with Bitcoin on the 6 minute and see how she's been playing down. Did she come down anymore? Still looking at that area. Oh, she didn't. Ooh, that surprised me. So I was looking for the possibility of coming back up for a bearish retest, and she didn't do that. She just kept on coming. I mean, maybe she was trying there, but What can we see? Is this good? This was what I find curious. She's starting to curve there, that 100. Yet the 50 cross there. Well, I would love to see that curve up. That would give us some hope. 50 crossings. Wow, didn't even retest. So I'm still looking for the 62. Stochastics on just this time frame itself. I'm on a tiny time frame. It's a 6 minute, but since we're here, let's look at it. Stochastics coming to the downside here. Money flows in the red. The indicators are starting to turn to the downside there. Even looking at MACD. Oh, well, speak of the devil. You're a lagging indicator and you just immediately popped up. Well, now you regain the 9. I can't really talk too bad about it. I would love to see this curve around and us regain this area, but we did get that death cross on this time frame, so yeah. We have to go to therapy and talk ourselves out of that. Or fight through that a little bit. That's interesting. 6 minute time frame, man. Small. I think you were looking at what time? The bigger one. You're talking about the flag. Bitcoin on the weekly looking like a bull flag last 7 candles. Going down. Yes. Yeah, you can say that. Definitely a way that you can look at it and play it. I'm still hoping that we're in a range and that we're not going to come all the way down here and test the bottom. I would really, really like for us to make some more upside in Bitcoin and not have to scare the home market again or anything. I'm just tired. I'm ready to see number go up. What I've got is possible retest of a channel idea here. And there's some wiggle room on this channel idea. I mean, candle bodies come all the way down here, which could bring us down. What is that, 62.1? That's not too bad. Then again, they might bounce off the candle tops. Who knows? But at first, I'm looking for 62 to hold, and then I've got, these areas, and 21 moving average is coming. Oh, 200 moving average is coming down there too. That's cool. Around to 62,000. 50's being stubborn down here, so going to take a lot of persuasion to get him to change around there on the 2 hour. I find this shape very interesting. I see this a lot. It comes up and it's got a curve to it, and then and then we got an angle here, and a lot of times I'll see it like, and it looks like it always reminds me of a nun's hat, like the flying nun or something. I'm not used to seeing them as sideways that way. It's nothing official that I've run across. It's just something I've noticed, and it seems like they usually want to play. If I remember right, because I keep always. Remember how they play out, damn it. Remember how they play out so you know the next time. And it seems like they are bullish. And if you zoom out and look at the overall, I mean, then you got a megaphone. It should be, but that's just interesting price action though. I see that repeat a lot, and so it should mean something, right? Could mean something. I want to find out. I'm always asking those questions. Curious George says Ted wants to stay up. Haven says I'm going to have no problem dumping on people next year. Well, that is something that's thrown out there. You make it, and it's said in a way, you're selling. There's always, there's got to be a buyer for you to sell, and that's true. But that's sometimes the way that they say it, especially if they're like in diamond, it makes it sound like you're dumping on somebody's grandma and just taking her last penny because you want to sell and take a profit. And I'm calling bullshit on all that. I mean, yeah, we have to have buyers and sellers, but remember, there are these huge rich ass market makers that are in there connecting buyers to sell prices, and it's actually their money we're taking. We're taking market makers' money, and that's how I was about to say that's how I sleep at night, but no, that's what it really is. Right now, we have no retail out there. It's just big money playing games, whales playing games, and market makers helping them do it. If we're taking anybody's money, we're taking the right people's money. I wouldn't feel bad about taking any of the money. It's the market makers, and it ain't grannies. But it seems like they you know, just kind of get that feeling. Oh man, you're dumping on people. You selling on people. Not you selling on that market maker is what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. You taking profit. Curious George says Ted wants to stay up. Hey, Curious, how's it going, man? I'm not in Technum at the time. I don't believe. Am I? I don't think I'm in it. Nice. Possible Adam and Eve rounded bottom there. Likes that. That's nice. She's got some, you know, got some issues apparently, and kind of spells it out right here. Support resistance flip. Bounces above that. I don't like that. That's cool. She dropped down to 1267. Was hanging around 1432 for a while, and I didn't pick any up. Cause you're a dumbass. So that's cool. If we can break above it, I want to see that. This little pattern that we just printed it's a good sign that, hey, we got hope to do it. It's normally a reversal pattern, so hopefully. We got to zoom out on this and see what we got here. I still got higher targets. They're not totally out of the question, but since we broke this major trend line, let's take into account all of our new information, because clearly you can see whatever did get hit got hit or did not get hit. Bounced off the top of the trend line and we came down and lost it. And we got a bounce and then she lost it. And looks like we won. Do we have a trade set up there with wherever we had a 6.91% tight stop loss if that didn't play out. All right, so I'll just explain all the stuff that we had before that did not work out. Sometimes you'll see the tubers that will go, are we on 10? They'll go somewhere and then immediately, oh. I'm not trying to avoid anything. Still looking at these ideas, and that's what's bad right here. She's hanging here. Got the bearish cross, 20 crossed over or 50 crossed over the 200. Now, a lot of the times you've heard me talk about when the 100 crosses the 200, and now sometimes price will come back and meet it. Sometimes you see that on an effect with the 50. That's why you don't always see, if it's the death cross like this, it doesn't always just drop there. She can come up and maybe she goes sideways. Or if it's a bullish cross, the golden cross where it's going bullishly, it's supposed to be the buy signal. You know, sometimes there's a pullback. This could mean that we might see Tectum come back up to these areas, about $20, $21, and then bearish retest. That's what I would warn you against. So there might be an upside, and there might be a point that you might want to look, because that 200 daily moving average, well, that's kind of a big thing. So there might be some sell-offs up there, but we might see that. And then again, you know, I was calling for this on another one for a bearish retest, and it did, and it came on down, but it looks like right now on the daily, I'm not trying to talk about it, it's trying to regain the 9-moving average. It's tried it before, didn't quite succeed. We're nowhere on the right track when we actually recover it and start printing some candles above a 9-moving average on a daily time frame. You're usually at the start of a good move when you start seeing that. But there's just some warning signals there. But good that it's coming up. That's always great. The number going up is always great. And if you bought the bottoms here, you're nailing it. And even if it's a bearish retest, you got a great trade there, man, to make some good, 20% profit about. Maybe up to 30 or 40. Moneymaker, would you mind looking at SPX 500? So we can take a look at, just go with the first one there. SPX 500. Wasn't I looking at, no, I was. I thought I had it pulled up over there. I was looking at here's my theory on this, and I mentioned this the other night because I had this pulled up, not this exact chart, but saying the same one. I like this idea. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a nice swing, a little correction that is so far successfully bounced off this 236. And what I've said that is, if we do come back up and make a higher high, we have a good possibility, as long as it's not a double top, and we can look for the divergence for that, but that's a strong possibility. If we get a bounce off of this particular fib area, this is going to be a hellacious move that, I mean, big. And then that would also pour over into crypto. And I mean, I'm talking big. I'm talking like possibly big. Like from where we are now to like another 15-16% on the stock market. Big. And that would be big for this one. The signs that, oh yeah, the trend line suggests that she's going to have some resistance up here around this 5,300 area. And if you're following the overall, or on the daily, I'd rather just, before I start speaking, I'd rather just zoom out. That even gives us some of the same areas right there. I would respect that even more, yeah. So I'm not... So a bounce at that fib level would be a great sign, but there's some places where she can come up and double top and still come down. It does look... It looks promising, though. I would look for a trend line here. And I'd look for resistance up there because it looks like it should hold. Doesn't have to. She can break through. We've seen her do it here, right? We had another trend line here and she retested it, came back and blew it to the upside. And that might play into the other thesis I was talking about. If we break above this trend line, it will be a big move. Well, I like what you saw in this area would be happening right over here. But I mean, certain conditions have got to be met. And there's no bearish divergence there. Man, to me, let's go to the monthly. Marcus Iver gave her a red dot on the monthly there. Not the first time though. It did it back. It did it back here. It's expecting a little bit of a drop. Not too bad though. It looks really good. It's holding above this level. In my opinion, I think it's looking bullish to me. Let me see. It's a little bit of bearish divergence there. I would pay attention to that. But you also had it right here too. That gave this rise run down. Okay, that's worth paying attention to. So give me a second and I will get a more solid. I was like, oh, you're going in and out, you're flip flop. I'm just reading the charts. We're talking. We're gathering evidence for our conclusion. There ain't no doubt right here. She looks awesome on the 3-day. She got duck lips on the 3-day. Duck lips is, I usually use it on like the MACD, but you know, MACD represents moving averages anyway. Oh, it's not duck lips. She actually got a cross and it's coming up. Ichimoku clouds here. All right. We've got a great area that we could bounce off of, but a lot of, they don't always work out, but if they do, it could be a strong move. What we can see happen is come up here and then maybe we break that wonderful Fibonacci area that I just said that we could get that strong bounce off of. If we double top here, We might be coming back into this cloud. Right now, I'm going to warn against a double top, but there's some signs. If we can still progress, if it starts getting even more bullish, which it could, there might be a big move coming. But I want to warn against. Oh, there's a big move. There's also a possibility of a real double top going on right here. So that's the first thing I look for. Now, if it decides to blast on past here and still seems strong, then hell, maybe we will get that big ass move. She's at an interesting point right now. It's bullish that she's doing that, in my personal opinion, just bouncing off that particular area. We're spending a little bit more time on this one just because this kind of governs, well, tech stocks, and also it will affect crypto. And that's an argument that we could actually come up to this top of the channel there. 5556. Going to 5555. That would be hopium. I like that. This is on the 8 hour. On every time frame, as long as we're above a non-moving average, man, I'm bullish. I'm like, yeah, that's where we need to be. We need price to always stay above the non-moving average to be counting, seeing the numbers go up, to see dollars, see portfolio growing. We want above a non-moving average, and we got that. So when we lose it, then we'll be coming down to retest these other areas, you know, and drop 52 to 51, something like that. And that could happen. But right now, she's not wanting to do it just yet. So again, just to recap, this previous high that we got at 52.83, we need to get above. Possibly, quite possibly, we might get rejected there. Kind of nice to see the 50 want to cross over that 200. If that happens, that might be what we need to push us up, though. So watch for possible rejection here. Watch for possible rejection, losing that non-moving average. Watch for possible bullishness getting above that area, and if that happens, we might be headed there, and that would be good for everything. Your Shore says, can you look at Kopi? I don't want it to dip below 5 cents. It's barely hanging on. No, I misspelled that wrong, didn't I? COPI. Now is that? Give me a second. It's cornucopias, right? Look at it in MexC. So I want it to dip below 5 cents. It's barely hanging on. Well, we don't always get what we want, but they say we get what we need. Let's see. Man, okay. So I got a big ass wick to go by. Let's see what we can find out here. She looks like she's at a really good area to try to bounce. And 0.04949 is what's coming up at that 618 fib, which I don't think she's actually touched. Doesn't mean she will. I mean, could look, I didn't even draw it perfect. Don't have to draw it perfect, but as accurate as you are on your measurements, the more accurate you are on your execution. Well, not on your execution, but on your analysis, I believe. Might we come back down? Maybe. I don't know. She likes to gain the 9 a little bit. Looks like she gains it every once in a while, then loses it. Gains it and then loses it. She's gaining it now. This one you're not until you start seeing price get above the 50 moving average and say like the 9 moving average start crossing above these other moving averages. She's going to continue bleeding. So maybe, yeah, you might have a chance. See, this is the, I'm on the 8 hours. See what we got on the, oh, yeah, we're on the daily here. Below the 9. Stochastics are looking like they're wanting to try to point up for a little bit. But she's still not touched that 6-1. I think, in my personal opinion, I think she's still got a good chance to at least touch that 618, maybe even wick below it a little bit. And maybe it will bounce there. That would be your under 5 cent scenario as a good place to nibble at it. If she loses that area and starts closing candles in there, and then you're in danger coming down to 3289, which may tickle you to death. You may like that. That's a good area to reverse from too. So if you're sold on this project, you like it. I mean, she's at an area where she could get a bounce, and if she does bounce there, I mean, that gives her a probability to reach this area up here about 13.5 cents. So that's a pretty good come up. She comes down to 3.2 cents. You're looking at it reaching somewhere around about 12 cents. Me just guesstimating. It's pretty cool. So yeah, you might get her cheaper. Hey, thank you, Moneymaker. Thanks for asking for it. That's a good one to look at, S&P. All right, guys, the time is now 11:56. Time for me to turn into a pumpkin or a mushroom or something, or a gummy. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Take a look at the market again tomorrow night. Take a look at Bitcoin one more time here. We're going to follow it on that 6-minute time frame to see. She hadn't made it down there. Not there yet. Seems to still like this local trend line. Local trend lines might hold. They might not hold. Might just ride it all the way down. Still below the 9-moving average. Only been on the 6-minute, so I'm still a little bit bearish. We did get the 100 crossing the 200. Now, sometimes it could trigger a little bump up. Oh, Bitcoin, are you playing with our emotions? You're sitting here at 62,000, man. We're still doing good. We were hanging around at 48,000, 50,000, 55,000. We're at 62,000 now. We're pretty okay. We're pretty okay. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Trade carefully, trade wisely. And look for any surprise screams. Turn on that notification bell if you don't want to miss anything, because I might just start surprising you. Just trying to start working on some earlier streams here and things. Thanks for hanging out. God bless you. Keep God in your life. And man, let's go out and make that life-changing money. God bless you guys. You left the duck on the screen. Sean, you're fired. I appreciate it. Hey, Mr. Miles. I tricked you. Damn. Man, Mr. There you are again. I know what you're waiting there for, Mr. Miles. I knew it. I knew it. Don't smile, Jennifer. Stop it. Pull your pants up. Damn, Miles. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Does your wife know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Show you like my vibe, pass my candy on my wrist. Bad habits, little rabbit. Now sit down, you can have it. I see it when you walk.
Dude, I got anything.
Come and play with me, freaky dog. Got a whole lot of love for my dog. I see it.
We'll get something for Gary. Do we have anything for Gary? I have some sentiment for Gary.
Gary was a man who thought he could do crypto sharing at the SEC. Gary fooled us all. We thought he was a hero teaching blockchain at MIT. Well, get back, long get back and leave crypto alone. Get back. I'll get back and leave crypto alone. Get back, Gary. You ain't nothing but a Goldman Sachs bag of...
Ooh la la. afternoon, everyone. Captain Lane speaking, and wishing you a safe travels to your crypto destination. For those of you traveling with mice, please securely position your cursor over the light button below and right-click with your favorite finger. For those with touchscreen devices, we ask that you gently press the
Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.